Hi guys, it's Nicole, and today I'm sharing the cards that I created with the June 2026 club products from Spellbinders. I am kind of getting everything situated and unpacked and trying to figure out where do I want to start. I have really been enjoying working with the club products all year. It's such a creative spark for me. I love that I can just kind of open up a suite of products that at first glance, sometimes I don't think coordinate. And then the deeper that I kind of get into things, I start to be like, okay, yes, everything works well together. And, you kind of start getting those creative juices flowing and, just kind of really just playing. So first off the bat, I was really drawn to the embossing folder of the month. And so I think I'm going to pair that with the stitching die of the month, the clear stamp and die of the month. And then I also am going to, I couldn't not use him. He's so cute. There's a little penguin with like the hula skirt and the little lei headband. It's part of the crate bonus. So if you subscribe to all of the kits and get like the all crate subscription, you get like bonus items in your subscription, and he is part of that. So to get started, I went ahead and ran some cardstock through that pineapple pop embossing folder and started die cutting the pieces from the stitching die of the month. Die cutting and scene building, I find therapeutic. I like to sit here and fiddle with these little pieces and create these scenes. So, a lot of times I will either start with something like that or I will save it till the end. When I get started on club cards, I tend to just kind of go with what is sparking ideas first. And as I work on one, I'm kind of thinking of the next one. I did decide to kind of add some dimension with some brown distress ink on the edges of that embossed panel. And then Stitching Die of the Month has a lot of stitching pieces. Sometimes there will be like a main stitch focus with some coordinating dies with it. This one, the guitar has stitching capabilities, so I used some metallic thread for that. The large drum, you can kind of create this. I had to focus on this one, this like V shaped pattern. A couple times I had to backtrack my stitching because it just was not, it wasn't working with my brain. And I am going to apologize. My glass mat does not film well, so I've been filming with my black, like self adhesive mat, but then cardstock sometimes is hard to see with video. And I grab white paper so you guys can see, and my camera hates white paper. So I struggled a little bit with some of the footage on this specific video. But I went ahead, stitched the drum before I went ahead and finished the rest of the layers for that. I also off camera stitched 3 of the like leaves. And what's nice about the stitching die of the month is you can either really lean into the stitching capabilities or you can kind of ignore it and just look at them as regular dies and still have like an amazing end result. Here is that cute little penguin from the crate bonus. And I'm going to go ahead and put him together. I kind of doubled up the layers on his little grass skirt here. And then I did forget to cut his little headband, so I did go back and cut those layers as well before I went ahead and started kind of building my little scene. And basically, I just kind of wanted to have this little fun kind of luau vibe going on with the front of this card. I did go ahead and die cut the florals that are also part of the Stitching Die of the Month set. Those are included in that as well. And then some of the greenery, I have to double check, is from the large die of the month. So I kind of mixed and matched a lot of the different die sets this month. There was just too many good things to mix and match. This is definitely one of those ones that is going directly into like the scene building section of my stash because there's just so many good like greenery and florals, so many things that I didn't have a chance to really get to this crafting session. And ever since I've seen like other examples coming out on social media, other customers kind of playing with their kits, I have saved so many like cards that I want to go back and kind of like lift or take inspiration from and kind of try some different techniques. So I'm just going through tucking some ferns and some greenery kind of behind those focal elements, using a mix of liquid adhesive and foam adhesive to kind of change up the dimension. I like to tuck things and have a lot of like layers going on when I do scene building. I also find this type of card just kind of relaxing to put together. Um, but I also try not to always do scene building. So sometimes I have to kind of tell myself like, okay, what else can we do? Kind of stretch those creative muscles a little bit. Just going to kind of add a couple more greenery pieces over here. And because I am gluing on top of that textured embossed panel, I like to use either a magnet or something to kind of hold it down while the glue dries. I went to the stamp and die of the month for June and grabbed a phrase from that and stamped it on the same kind of off-white color that I die cut for the penguin's body. I loved the sentiments in this set. I think they're so fun. There's so many like different kind of playful like puns going with this tropical theme. So because the stitching die of the month kind of had the play on musical elements with the drum and the guitar, I picked this one that had the word dance in it. So I felt like that kind of went with my little dancing penguin at his little luau. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut that with the coordinating die. And I think for most of my cards today, I just did black sentiments. Sometimes if I can't decide, I have to remind myself that it's okay to go simple. You don't always have to pick a color. You don't always have to emboss. Sometimes you can just go simple. From there, I moved on to the press and foil for June. This is this really big floral element. At first, I really wasn't sure what to do. I think every month I just automatically go with the foil because you tend to get a roll of foil with this subscription. And I forget about the better press capability because the press and foil you can either glimmer or do the better press or both. So I took 3 distress oxides and did my best to sort of carefully smush them on there and try to have this kind of ombre gradient style going on with that floral. It's not the crispest, but again, I look at the clubs as a way to experiment, stretch myself, learn techniques, try different techniques, and then the next time I go to do it, I get a little bit better. I am going to ink blend this panel and try to mimic the areas of like where the colors lined up on the florals so that when I put that floral piece on top of this panel, those colors kind of line up where you have the darker color at the bottom, the lighter color at the top. And I'm going to use foam adhesive when I go to attach that. Now here, there's probably a better way to line these up. I did not know. So I kind of just tried to figure it out. I basically put that floral panel backwards on there so that I could figure out the spacing for where that sentiment was going to be. And it worked. I'm sure there's some sort of trick or technique that I probably need to look up about aligning especially sentiments on something because I was like, oh, I really don't want to have to re-ink this panel. Like I want to get it done in one go. And I did pretty good. I did smear a little bit of black ink at the very top, but I just trimmed the whole thing down. So that was it for card number 2. Card number 3, I shifted over into I think this is the die of the month, or like it used to be called the small die of the month. I already lost my notes. Yes, die of the month. Mahalo Sea Turtle is the name of this one. And at first I wasn't sure what to do, but you know what? I already had inks out, and a lot of times if I kind of shift into doing a technique with one card, it's already in the front of my brain. And so I kind of just kept going back to my distress inks when I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I used them to do some shading on the little sea turtle, blended that whole panel. This one is really fun because the background dye can be used like cut into the card panel with or without the outside rim. So I didn't use the outside rim. I just cut it directly into the panel and it kind of creates this like window. I've seen examples where people have done like shaker cards. They've made it like really dimensional. I kind of just kept it a little bit simple. Again, I'm just playing with stuff, trying to learn and see how things go and, what am I kind of in the mood to make. At first I thought I was going to inlay everything including the little bubbles, which is why they're still out on my desk. Ultimately I decided that that was crazy work and I didn't need to do that. So I am inlaying the pieces that cut out from the center. I think if I did this again, I would try to die cut some matching layers to put behind this so that it creates that structure of like a stacked die cut. But I really liked the thought of these like waves kind of floating. I don't know that I got enough dimension with, one pass of like foam adhesive, but again, just kind of playing, seeing what happens. Gonna go ahead and add my little turtle on here, and then I grabbed another sentiment from the stamp and die of the month, used that same off-white cardstock, and again, black ink on this one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add foam tape to give it a little bit of dimension. And then to kind of bring in a little bit more interest, I'm going to grab these like clear kind of bubble style embellishments from Pink Fresh and just sort of sprinkle them across the front of the card. I think that this is a fun kind of nod to the bubbles and that kind of underwater vibe. And then I'm going to shift into card number 4, which probably took me the longest because I saved the large die of the month for last. Which is pretty typical. I think it's my favorite because there's usually a lot. And I don't know, there's something about just putting on a TV show, die cutting a bunch of stuff, having fun, building a scene. With this one, this is kind of where I went back to, okay, I could build a scene. This is obviously designed beautifully to make scenes. This one, in fact, is actually more focused on the Crate exclusive, the Aloha Hula, which is the girl, the tiki torches. There's some extra pieces where you can make her look like the hula like dashboard souvenir. And then a lot of the greenery and the phrase aloha comes from the large die of the month. So I really kind of just meshed those two. They're very large die sets. There's so much that you can do with it. I actually ended up not really focusing on any of the florals and focused more on the greenery. So this is definitely one that I would like to go back and kind of play around with some more. I changed up my plan about halfway through when I was like, well, I don't really want to do another scene like I did with card 1. I really just kind of want to do something different. So I kind of meshed where there's another card style that I like to do where you kind of build a pattern on the front of the card. And so I wanted to have almost like a background layer of greenery and then have like the tiki torch, the aloha phrase, and the little hula girl kind of be in the foreground as like the focal point, if that makes sense. So I just kind of cut a lot of stuff. The ferns that have the 2 layers, I think those are my favorite. If I didn't have something going on top of them, I was able to bring in the second layer with foam adhesive and just kind of give that a little bit more of a pop. I'm going to go ahead and add her, trim off all of that overhang, and then I grabbed those same clear kind of bubble style gems to fill in some of those open spaces. When I do that kind of pattern paper style, I really like to finish it off with something small. At first I thought about doing like florals from the die set, but I kind of, at this point, I was like, I think I might be done die cutting for today. So those gems kind of came in clutch. So here you can see my completed cards. I hope this inspires you if you are currently a member or if you are considering it. Thank you for spending 15 minutes of your day with me, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.